What a shame. What has Falzthebadguy brought upon himself? Nigerians are telling him straight to his face that they will not attend his show that is coming up in London on the 23rd of this month because of his case with Verydarkman, VDM. They say flies when they hear word, they follow dead body, enter grave. I thought by now, Falzthebadguy will have learned a lesson from what happened to Naira Marley. You see the way Nigerians cancel Naira Marley. Naira Marley is now like an upcoming artist. Nobody they even send them at all. I thought Falz would have been sensible enough to learn from that and retract his step. This very dark man that you are seeing is not just an individual. The guy represents a movement. He represents millions of Nigerians. Now look at what is happening. Now, Nigerians in UK are planning to boycott his show that is coming up in London. They say even if the ticket is for £1, they will not attend. These are the one in UK. Imagine, these are the one in London. So now imagine if he comes to Nigeria to organize a show. That means nobody go even send them. Nobody could even send them. See, we all see what happened when this case came up in Lagos about a week ago. You see the way Nigerians full the court premises, outside, everywhere choke. That's to show you who VDM is. I thought by now, Falz could have realized his mistake. But I don't know, for whatever reason. And I still don't know why Falz and his father, Mr. Falana, are still pursuing this case. Bobrisky we are talking about is out of the country. But they are still pursuing this case. Anyway, let's listen to what this young man has to say. He has a piece of advice to Falz and his father. Let's listen to him. I'll be back right after now. Remember to subscribe to our channel. This is Top News Flash.
Mr. Falzthebadguy, your show in Amsterdam that you're preparing for by November is not going to be successful based on the comments we have seen people put up. Let me put it this way. I think that I want to give you a few advice, and I'll start by saying that you have always been a name that is tied to influence and art. But lately, Falzthebadguy, it feels like you are at war with yourself and more than anyone else. The fact that Western audiences, that's the Nigerians in diaspora, aren't going to be showing up based on their comments for your concert isn't about them to their culture. It's about choices you have made and the disconnect you have created with your audience, especially after your stance against Verydarkman. Here's the truth. Your fight against Verydarkman and by extension the Nigerian people has backfired spectacularly. Instead of engaging thoughtfully, you have alienated those who could have been your strongest allies. If there's anyone to blame, it's not your fans or critics. Perhaps it's your father, Falana, who may not have equipped you with the tools to think critically and independently, but maybe you have a group thinking mindset. Walking away from his shadow earlier could have saved you from these self-inflicted wounds. But it's not too late to correct yourself or your path. Here are 5 reasons you lost the support of your audience and 5 steps you can take to rebuild what's been broken, like I have talked about in the past. Because the situation with you and VDM is something that you guys could have worked upon privately, and by now we would have forgotten about it. Now let me talk about how you could correct this. Falzthebadguy. Number 1, I think publicly, if you can acknowledge your missteps in fighting Verydarkman and clarify your positions. Number 2, if you offer a genuine olive branch, perhaps even a public collaboration to show unity between you and Verydarkman, trust me, there is nothing that cannot be fixed if you can be humble. Number 3, engage with grassroots Nigerian communities to rebuild trust and relatability. Number 4, create music or art that addresses societal issues in a way that resonates with your audience. And I think lastly, I would ask you to advocate for causes that Verydarkman actually champions, demonstrating alignment with justice. Well, advice for resolving your lawsuit issues and rebuilding your image, I would have said that use mediation instead of prolonged legal battles. If you continue with this, which means you are just saying little, there is more to come. Because if you use mediation instead of prolonged legal battles, it shows maturity and willingness to resolve conflicts. Number 2, I think you can address the root of the disagreement with Verydarkman. Ask yourself, what are you really fighting for? They said you are with Bobrisky. How many people have they called Agege or Gabriel in Nigeria? And people would not even remember that they called them something like that. Number 3, show public support for freedom and fairness, even if it means swallowing some pride.
So guys, you've heard the piece of advice that particular guy has for Falz and his father. I pray he adhere to this advice and follow it up as the guy clearly map out, some plans, some steps he need to follow so he can regain the confidence of Nigerians. The sooner he realizes that Verydarkman is now a movement, the better for him and the Falana's family. Imagine Nigerians in UK telling him to the face that they will not attend his show. What then do you think will happen if he organizes a show here in Nigeria? What then do you think will happen? I thought by now, Faz being a young guy, someone that has always been proactive, okay? Someone that has always been vocal when it comes to the state of the nation, especially when it has to do with the youth. I thought by now he could have seen the handwriting on the wall. If his father could not read it, I thought Faz by himself could have read the handwriting and realized his mistake. But no, they are still pushing. They are still pushing. Now the question is, Falz and his father and the Falana's family, what exactly are they fighting for? What? When this case come up the first time, when the House of Rep invited VDM and Bobrisky was nowhere to be found. He did not show up in court. Sorry, in the House of Rep. He did not show up. But VDM was there with his lawyer. Now, they decided to sue VDM. You sue VDM while the main person that's involved in the case is not even in the country. As I'm talking to you right now, Bobrisky is out of the country. So what exactly are you fighting for? What exactly? Look at how Falz is gradually killing his musical career. And he still doesn't want to learn. I repeat, flies when they hear words, they follow dead body, enter grave. See the way Nigerian cancel Naira Mali. See the way. The best way to survive in this life is to learn from other people's mistake. Okay? Is to learn from other people's mistake. Well, I honestly do not know what Falz and his family are still fighting for when it comes to this case. If you have a clue, please let me know in the comment section what exactly they are fighting for. Okay? But I really feel pity for Falz. If Nigerians in UK will boycott his show, what then will happen if he organize a show in Nigeria? Thank you guys. Let's spread peace and love. This is Top News Flash channel where we give you all the latest update about Nigerian and African celebrities. If you are yet to subscribe to our channel, please do so and turn on the bell notification icon so you always be the first to get updates.